Um, this came out today in more recent news. The MTG Arena State of the Game. This, uh, like, this is a bunch of stats that don't mean shit to anybody. Um, so there's this thing now called BRAWLIDAYS, where essentially, I guess, they're going to do a Brawl event for a little over 1 month, starting this Thursday, which is their newest update. This is our first experiment with a long-term event in a pass style. 10,000 gold or 2,000 gems to enter into the event and receive uno copy of a card being added. 1 copy. Let's put on some music while I discuss this BS. That'll work. 1 copy. So you're basically paying for a card. You're paying $15 for 1 card. Or 10,000 gold. We're already planning to make some iterations based on player feedback and participation in the event. Ultimately, our goal is to do more events like this with Brawl and potentially other formats in the future. So Brawl used to be 1 day a week. You'd be able to play Brawl. Or, like, set up private events with your friends with no friends list and direct challenge each other. And hope that everybody plays nice with each other. Or you could play on the 1 day a week that Wizards lets you play. Now, no, you get to pay to access a format for 1 month. And in return, you get a card. Like, this is a double-edged sword, right? This is a huge double-edged sword. Here's the problem with this. If people pay to enter into this event because they want to play Brawl, the response will be, oh, people were okay paying $15 to access a month-long pass to play one of the formats of our game. So let's start doing that with multiple formats of our game. Or let's start doing that with fucking, like, let's attach money to ranked or something. Like, an insane monetization can happen with this, right? Where something like Historic can now suddenly be, well, Historic will only be on Tuesdays, or you could pay $20 and have access to it for the month. That's fucking nuts. The other side of this that happens is players don't pay to enter into this event because that's kind of ridiculous to pay $15 to just play Brawl. And then it goes, well, people aren't interested in playing Brawl, so Brawl will only stick to the 1 day a week. Or we'll remove it entirely, and it'll be directed only to direct challenges. Like, what? How is this a fucking thing? Yo, what up, Shadow Vanguard? How you doing, man? Like, who... I, I struggle to, like, to put together a series of words to understand who thought this was a good idea. Like, they're doing good things in other parts of this update, but this just feels ridiculous. So the idea here, for anybody who's currently joining, Brawl is limited to 1 day a week at the moment, right? You can only play Brawl on Wednesdays. they're experimenting with the idea of letting players pay 2,000 gems to access Brawl for the month in a pass. So you get a Brawl pass, and you get access to your exclusive queue to play Brawl in. And in return, you get one copy of a card that they're adding that you could just craft with a fucking wild card anyway. My brain currently cannot handle this. Who fucking thought this was a good idea? The fucked up part is people are gonna pay for this. People are gonna pay for this. People want to play Brawl so much that they will fucking shell out the 10,000 gems, or the 10,000 gold, 2,000 gems, whatever that they have, in order to just play Brawl whenever they want for the entire month. The fuck, Wizards? Like, seriously. I honestly, I don't understand. I wish I could. Oh, you don't even get the card just by paying. You have to win first. It's literally pay to access the queue, and good luck. If you win, you'll get a Reese the Redeemed. What the fuck? And then you can just craft it anyway if you want it. I don't get it. This is a huge... This is a, like, you want to talk about a giant red flag. It's just a fucking... Hey, we're gonna try and monetize like literally everything. It's a massive red flag. They're gonna lock an entire format behind a paywall. What's next? Historic? Standard? You wanna play standard? Fucking pay 5,000 gems, bro. Then you can play it for the month. The fucking... People gotta be pissed. You wonder how hard this is gonna backfire, right? You gotta wonder how hard is this about to backfire? I don't know, man. That to me is just a massive like something's wrong here. Also, adding a green, like, it is a tangent, right? Fucking tangent. Adding a another green creature, another power green creature into historic. Not that like Reese is like super important in terms of like constructing a deck around. Like, it's just a 1/1 for 1. But that shows something where they're just like, yeah, out of all the random commanders we could pick, all of them, we're gonna pick Rise the Redeemed. Fucking weird, man. Something's off. recently with this shit. Anyway, going to Historic. So there's a huge update to Historic coming on Thursday. These cards are getting banned. Well, okay, they're getting suspended, not banned. Difference. Why? I don't know. But basically they're saying you can't play them, but we're not going to refund you for the cards. If they continue to be a problem, then we will ban them. So they are currently on like a watch list, removed from play, but you're not going to get a refund for them at the moment. Basically, that's what's happening there. Yeah, temporary measure. That's what they're. That could also seem kind of wonky because they were banned in standard. People got a refund for them. Then they jump over to Historic. Maybe they craft them again, and now they're suspended, not banned, so you don't get the refund for them because they could come back at some point. Like that seems super sketch. You know what I mean? Like, why not just suspend everything then and never refund somebody their wild cards? Just leave everything on a suspension list rather than a ban list. Why not just alter the cards? Why not super fuck with Historic and be like, okay, Oko now has a -1 that only targets your shit. You can't target your opponent's stuff. See what happens. Like, why do we have to? I don't know, man. I'm happy because these should not exist in Historic, but I don't like this idea of suspending cards rather than banning them, just so that we don't have to refund players stuff. Basically, because that they could come back. That's kind of weird to me. I don't know. I suppose I should read that. And then so here's now an artisan event, which is basically it's not Pauper, it's the other one, where you get to play uncommons as well. Bring Historic into it, along with the card styles. This is kind of just something that they do every so often. This is the first time they're doing a Historic one. These are fine. These are kind of cool little events. I'm okay with these. It's a little pricey though, 5,000 gold for this. Oh, sorry, no. Was it? Oh, it's 500. No, it's 2,500. Okay, that makes more sense. This is ranked drafts. I don't care about draft. And then on the 11th and the 13th of January, we're getting a challenge, which is basically like their metagame challenge that they do. But this will be for Historic instead. Now, what is a Historic booster? Ooh, Gaia's Cradle card sleeve. What? I'm down. The event will cost 10,000 gold? Okay. So, here's your comparison point. 10,000 gold or 2,000 gems to enter into a metagame challenge for Historic, which if you win, can net you upwards of 15,000 gold, 40 boosters, a card, and a sleeve. Or you could take that 10,000 gold and 2,000 gems and play Brawl for a month. What's he confirming that they'll never ever create free play and those answer costs to make it better deck, make it priceable? I don't understand, man. I really don't get it. Historic boosters are evenly divided between the 4 non-standard sets. Okay, makes sense. Deck sorting, yeah, they added finally a deck sorter. So this is gonna happen on the 12th is when this goes into play. So play your Okos in Historic up until the 12th, and then they get suspended. Now, if we jump over to the actual suspension announcement, I read this earlier, briefly, but this is basically what matters the most here. A suspension works like a ban, but they will fluidly move them back and forth between a suspension list and not a suspension list. It's a ban. It's a ban, but they just won't refund people for them. When cards are fully banned in Historic, you will receive a wildcard reimbursement, with the caveat that you won't receive multiple reimbursements for the same individual card. What are they doing, man? What do you... I don't know, dude. This just feels like wildly wrong. Everything about it feels wildly wrong. Implementing a specific mechanic, and not even a mechanic, implementing a way to ban cards in a format to circumvent the reimbursement policy that you set in place when you ban cards. How does this get written up on a fucking whiteboard in a fucking meeting room, and somebody goes, fucking amazing job. Right now, implement it. Let's go. What the fuck? How does somebody not like go, yo, hey, this might not go over well. This might piss off some players. You know that whole Brawl community? Charging them $15 to play their favorite format for a month at a time may not go over very well. Did they just like kick John out of the room? Like, no, John, shut up. Get out of here. Fuck. Trying to drive people's gold in rare mythic wild cards? There's better ways to do that. There's so many better ways to do that. Like, throwback drafts. Like, phantom drafts. People fucking pay all their gold to do that. A cube. There goes half of everybody's gold to play a cube. If you need to clear up wild cards, like, you have to have a reason for people to craft the cards. If you no longer implement reasons for people to craft cards, guess what they no longer do? They no longer craft cards. You can't... I don't understand, dude. I really don't. This just... Unless I'm an idiot and I'm reading it completely wrong, or I'm an idiot and I don't understand how the community will think of this. But I understand they want to drain the economy. Like, I get that, and I agree that, yes, the economy should be drained in some way, shape, or form to a degree. But you do that by giving the community things they want to do, not charge them $15 to play a format that you implemented. Not creating a way to circumvent your own fucking rules. Your rules were, if we ban cards, we will refund you the wild cards. Because Magic doesn't nerf or buff things. We just remove them. So now you go, well, we don't want to ban these cards, but we're banning these cards, but we don't want to refund you for the cards, so we're suspending the cards. Suspending is different than banning, therefore, fuck you. What's blowing our minds here? Just read the state of the beta, or state of the game, and this suspension announcement. Bad too. Basically, like, they're banning cards from Historic, but they're not refunding people for the bans because they're not really banning them. They're suspending them, which is different than banning. And they're experimenting with making people pay for the formats that they want to play. That's giant paraphrasing is what just happened. Holy shit. Talk about walking into a room while it's on fire. Half of this has to be, I'm calling it now. This will be implemented this way on Thursday. It's gonna happen. However, I bet you by next week this will change. Not only will this change, but I bet you this other shit will also change. This shit. Like, this alone should cause people to fucking, like, tilt off into the heavens. Oh, anyway. That's the state of the game with the suspension. This is a scary, scary thing to just see posted. No update on friends lists, no update on in-game tournaments, no update on, like, additional cards coming in. Just pay $15 to play Brawl for a month, and we might do this with other formats too. Like, this alone should fucking, like, this is the same cost. The same cost to play Brawl for a month or enter into a challenge that could give me 15,000 gold and 40 boosters. Yes, I understand you can continuously play this even if you lose, and I understand if you're at one loss here, you're out. Like, I understand that. I'm talking just, like, pure, like, entrance for what you get out of it. I don't know, maybe I'm an idiot, maybe I'm wrong. But this just seems wrong on many levels. Just seems wrong. We won't murder you, we provide you with being alive long-term suspension. Fuck, man. We'll see what happens. We'll see how it goes.